So let's look at some more examples where we're finding the differential. So here is our example. We're going to do a series of them. Find the derivative and differential of the following functions. So we're going to start our first one. Our function is going to be y equals x squared. So we're going to start by writing the derivative of our function. What's the derivative? dy dx, or even you could write y prime. It's 2x. And then what would our differential be? Differential would be dy equals 2x dx. So this was the one from our last example. Let's look at a different function now. Y equals the square root of x. So what is our derivative here? Y prime. Think of this as being x to the 1/2, and now do the power rule. 1/2, it'll be x to the negative 1/2, which means it's in the denominator, is a square root x. So then dy would be our differential, 1 over 2 square root of x dx. C, y equals 2 sine x. Our derivative would be 2 cosine x, and our differential dy would be 2 cosine x dx. Let's look at another function. Let's look at y equals x e to the x. To take the derivative here, you have to use the product rule, right? So it would be the derivative of x plus x, the derivative of e to the x. That's e to the x plus x e to the x. So y prime, I could factor out an e to the x here. It'll be x plus 1. And your differential dy would be e to the x, x plus 1 dx. And we're going to look at one more in this group. Let's look at the function y equals 1 over x. What would the derivative be? Y prime. Think of this as x to the negative first and do your power rule. So it'll be negative x to the negative second, so 1 over x squared. And then our differential dy would be negative 1 over x squared dx. So really, when you're looking for your differential, it comes down to finding the derivative. All right, let's look at a couple more of these. Let's find the differential for the function sine of 3x. So you're going to first find the derivative, f prime of x, and here you have to do the chain rule. So the derivative of the outside sine is cosine. And then the chain rule says you have to multiply by the derivative inside. The derivative of 3x is 3. So f prime of x will be 3 cosine of 3x. So then your differential dy would be 3 cosine 3x dx. Let's look at one more of these. So let's find the differential of the function x squared plus 1 to the 1/2. So again, we're going to start by finding the derivative. And here I need to use the chain rule again because I have an outside and an inside. So you're going to start with your power, do the power rule. So 1/2 x squared plus 1 to the negative 1/2. The chain rule says you have to multiply by the derivative of the inside. What's the derivative of x squared plus 1? It'll be 2x. And I can now cancel the 2's. So my derivative is x, and my power is negative, so I put it in the denominator, over the square root of x squared plus 1, and there's my derivative. And to get your differential dy, it's f prime of x dx. So dy is x over the square root of x squared plus 1 dx. And there is my differential.